are ready to do this, and we love wrestling.
Not here, you missing out. Is this show?
We love wrestling on the spot, yo. We talk to many people, but this man right here, me growing up, I feel like I'm like 15 again, watching him on WCW in New Japan, WWE. I saw him in WWE, but we won't talk about that. But we are with the man, the legend, living legend, should be a Hall of Famer, Too Cold Scorpio. How are you doing today, sir?
Whoop, whoop.
Hey.
What's up? Me, I'm up. I'm up. High as hell. I'm ready to do this on We Love Wrestling. Let's do it.
Oh, I love it. Sir, well, the first question I always ask is, why do you love wrestling? What started your love for wrestling?
Why do I love wrestling? I used to love wrestling. I hate wrestling now. Why do I hate wrestling? Because motherfuckers done took it to a whole new level where it ain't even wrestling no more. It's a flip fest.
Oh.
If you want to be in the flip fest, there's a circus down the road you can sign your ass up for, and you can be working in the tent, flip-flopping and flying all you want. Now, when you learn how to work and tell a story, like we used to do back in the day, I love wrestling. Keep it real, 100.
The LUV, the love wrestling, that's, we put the non-standard form because sometimes you lose that love for wrestling, but some things bring you back, so that's why we do LUV. Now, what I want to ask you, sir, you are a pioneer for black wrestlers out here. A lot of people that we talk to on our spotlights talk about how you should get your flowers for things that you did in wrestling, and we don't feel like that's been given to you as of yet. Do you feel like you get the respect that you deserve?
Am I black?
Yes, sir.
Then hell no, I ain't got the respect I deserve.
That
this
part.
is a good old boy's business. Always been a good old boy's business. And they just mad because niggas is taking over everything. I'm going to keep it real with you.
Okay, so let me ask you this. We just saw you at the Say It Loud event against Mr. JTD. Have your shirt on there. How did you feel about being at, have you been at an event before where it's just all black people on the show before?
I'm going to tell you like this. I done been in the business 36, 37, too many years too long. Blessed by God, still be able to get in the ring and do what I do by the grace of God. Now, 36 years, been all around the world. To the land of the rising sun. To Mexico and back again. And guess what? I ain't never, ever seen an all-black promotion, an all-black show, an all-black event, period, during Black History Month. Now, back in the day, you might have had a handful of brothers in the business who opened up the door for me. Ron Simmons, Pez Watley, Abdullah the Butcher, Junkyard Dog. These was guys who took me under their wings and taught me the ropes when I got in. And even then, it wasn't enough black people or even a black promoter or even a black company to say that you even worked for it to even be able to do an all-black show or an event. 2021, right now, racism all around the motherfucking world. People still hating. Why? Because it's an all-black show. Don't be mad. Don't be hating. History is being made. And guess what? Too Cold Scorpio was a part of it.
Yes, he was.
One of my final question here. How do you feel about the black representation in wrestling now? You see a lot of black wrestlers on the independent scenes and companies. Do you think it's getting better or it's where it should be at? Well, it's not where it should be.
It's nowhere near what it should be, but there are more black, brown-skinned, multi-ethnic people that's in the business now than it has ever been. Back in the day, if you had one black, two black, and a whole company, you had your quota. That's all that matters. We got 1 or 2 blacks. We making a quota. We don't need a handful of them. Now they ain't got no choice. Why? Because brothers is taking over.
I love to hear. I'm gonna do something. Anybody got a question before we close out? You can't see this, but it's like a room full of people. They just being quiet. Anybody want to throw a question out? Anybody?
Speak now for hello your peace, because it's about to be 4:20 for me. If you got the question, you got to ask.
I have a question.
Go ahead, Miss Wold Weapon Ass Destruction. Please shut up. Okay.
How do you feel about the representation of black women in wrestling? Do you feel that I know like the women's evolution is going on, but do you feel that black women are given more opportunities, or are do they still have to claw and scratch to get back?
Black women is still crawling, scratching, trying to work their way up that motherfucking ladder that they already on. It's a problem that we got multi-talented women of color that can't find a damn place to work because everybody's scared. Scared of what? That they gonna outwork you? Outshine you? Don't be scared. Wrestling about making your opponent look good. Believe in yourself. You don't have to worry about the black woman that's up and coming. The problem with the world today is they want to worry about what's going on in your house, your mama's house. What's she doing to get up on top? But not one of their thought is because they talented enough to be on top. You ain't got to drop to your knees. Talk to Johnny wanna be somebody to get a motherfucking job. And that's what the problem is. Why do we have to try to bend over, kiss your ass because a black woman want to be a professional wrestler? More than qualified, more than talented enough, and 9 times out of 10, most of the black women I know can work circles around most men.
Yes.
And I ain't talking about black men, white men, I'm talking about men, period.
Yes.
And get no love and get no credit. It is what it is, unfortunately, the society and shit that we live in.
That was great. My last question here.
It better be your last damn question. You keep saying it's your last damn question, but you keep asking a nigga another question.
This is my last one though, for real. This is my last one. I want to know what is like your favorite match, because I remember the WCW matches when you was tag team champion with Buff Bagwell, and then your ECW title run, TV title run. Like what match stands out to you that you had in your career?
If I was to tell you, man, you would believe it. Every time I stepped in a ring, didn't matter who I worked with, I gave 110%. I thought every match I did was a good match. But there was other opponents, Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, Dean Malenko. You know, I can go down to Mexico and call out some names. Scorpio Jr., Scorpio Sr., Connect, Mil Mascaris, Dos Carlos, a lot of guys around the world. Japan, Misawa, Kobayashi. You know, there's a lot of people that I don't have great matches with that people will never really understand. Scorpio, can you pick one? No, I can't pick one. I can't even pick two, because I believe every time I got in a motherfucking ring, I gave 110%. Every match might not been on point. I might felt like it was on point, and I know I was lying to myself. But for the majority of the time, every time I stepped in the ring, I rocked it. Didn't matter who I was in there with, because that's what I do. Because I'm too cold. And you know why I'm too cold? Because I love wrestling. Enough to get in there, spend my time, drop my knowledge, pass it on to the up-and-coming superstar. Black, red, white, blue, or green. If you want to learn, all you got to do is ask.
All you gotta do is ask. I'm just happy that I was able to do this. We're going to stop it right here. I'm Terry with We Love Wrestling. We'd like to thank Too Cold Scorpio for just giving us this time, blessing us with this time.
Yes,
like
sir.
I always say, if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we love wrestling. It's too sweet.
Say hi to you.
Hey guys, how you doing? You should be here.
You should.
Shame on you, but have a nice day.